I am going to be going over what you need to let go of in order to expand. So I'm going to post this on Vimeo first, and then I will be posting it on YouTube. Patrons get premier exclusive access. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So pile 1 is here, or the Shungite pyramid. Pile 2, or the Shungite sphere, or pile 3, or the tiger's eye dragon's head. So again, this is 1, 2, and 3. So now I'm going to go ahead and move on to pile 1. Hello, those of you who chose pile 1, or the Shungite pyramid, this is your reading. Okay, pile 1. So here are your cards. We have Masquerade. Second, we have this image with the skull in the background and these 3 sort of claws, or what I feel are more so fragments poking up here. And then here for the advice card, we have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So now I'm going to get into what this means. So starting here with the Masquerade card, what you need to let go of in order to expand is your mask. So this is my pile, and this might even be something that you've been working on, or maybe you even think, I think for a few of you, you think you've already done this, but you haven't. There's layers. I'm almost seeing this onion layer going on where you're like peeling away layers in the mask, and there's another mask underneath, and there's another mask underneath that. And then, you know, underneath all of that is the true core soul energy of who you are. So you have more work to do in this department if you've already started this work. And if you haven't started this work, now is the time to start it, because this is actually what's preventing you from expanding in your life. I feel it has a lot to do with finances, because it has something, it's finances and inheritance. So it has something to do with you being able to accumulate wealth, but also your ability to inherit wealth. Now, wealth doesn't have to be money, but I do feel like this has to do more with materialism. So it could be interfering with your ability to buy a house, inherit some money, invest some money, build a business, be more, well-to-do. This mask is actually the mask that you feel has been protecting you, that you've been hiding behind, that you found is necessary. Well, it might have been necessary for you in the past. It might have provided some sort of protection or, safety net for you in the past, but you've outgrown this. You no longer need this. It's time for you to be authentic and show the world who you are. And it's not just about showing the world. It's about taking ownership of that at a personal level so that you can truly shine. So what I'm getting for you, pile 1, is a lot of shadow work has to happen, okay? And I almost want to say, and I don't mean to offend anybody, but the word ineffectual is coming through. So some of you have been trying to do shadow work, but either it hasn't been working for you, you've ran into blocks, or you've just kind of kept it really surface and tried to skate by, all right? And for those of you who have been doing it, you're not done yet. And I just want you to know, for those of you who have been doing it and you know that it's been working, don't lose heart, okay? Keep going. Because once you release this mask, once you heal who you are, once you face all of who you are, the blessings are going to come. That's what I'm getting. That's the core feeling of this message, because this right here is the advice. So the reason you've been having these hardships is because you're still holding on to this mask. And some of you especially need to be doing some inner child work, some inner adolescent work, and some soul fragment retrieval. That's what I'm getting primarily for you. Now, some of you, this is ancestral, but I'm not really getting that vibe for most of you in this pile. I feel like for most of you in this pile, this has to do with soul fragment retrieval and inner child and inner adolescent work. This has to do with your confidence. This has to do with you feeling like if you show the people around you your true face, you're actually going to lose out. That the only way you can gain is to create this mask. It's either to protect who you really are from people you feel wouldn't accept you, or it's to project out this image of success, but this is hurting you. And it may have to do also with the field you were in. You may be in a field where authenticity is actually what's going to bring about your, prosperity, your wealth, your inheritance. So that's all I have for you, pile one. I hope that this reading resonated. Keep in mind that this is a general reading. So keep what resonates and leave the rest. If it didn't resonate, or if you felt that you were drawn to multiple piles, check out whatever pile you were drawn to and sort of look at it as a cumulative reading. And you'll probably find different messages within multiple piles. If none of the other piles are resonating and this message does not resonate for you at this time, then I would recommend just setting it aside for now and revisiting it in the future, or maybe this reading just wasn't for you. So if you would like a personal reading with me, you can reach out to me on facebook.com, with a capital T, Tantric with a capital T, Dragoness with a capital D, okay? And you can book with me one-on-one, any type of reading that you would like, then we can also customize readings as well. So take care, and I'm gonna move on to pile two now. Thank you, pile one. Hello, those of you who chose pile two, or the Shungite sphere. Let's get into your reading. Now, I want to apologize in advance if you hear banging in the background. I do apologize. It's the neighbors working on some construction. So let's get into your reading. Pile two. Okay, those of you who chose pile two, here is your reading. So we have here today for tomorrow is the first card. We have here this sort of pale face, behind all of these distorted red smoky faces in the darkness. And then for the advice card of what to do in order to gain in this process of releasing, we have the Three of Wands in the tarot. So let me go ahead and tune into these energies to give you your message, pile two. So I feel like what a lot of you need to let go of is fear of the future. Okay. So I'm looking at this first card today for tomorrow, and it's telling me that a lot of you need to let go of this fear of what's going to happen tomorrow that is preventing you from being in the present moment, which is in fact, because of that fear cycle, preventing you from expanding. So you're over here trying to control things in your life and in your future, thinking that, you're doing this and this is a good thing because you're planning things out and you're trying to make the most intelligent decision or the best decision with the information you have. But what it's actually doing is you're blocking yourself, you're crossing yourself, pile two. And you don't even realize you're doing it. Or maybe you started to figure it out and you're like, okay, well, what do I do now? So I'm going to get into this in this pile. So you need to, I'm not saying don't plan for the future, but I'm saying you have to learn how to let things flow, pile two. Let things happen in divine timing. Let things be attracted to you that's meant for you, and stop trying to control the whole process, because that is actually what's preventing your expansion. You're thwarting your own progress, pile two. And you have this sort of fear of the future that keeps you doing this. So you need to release the fear of the future. What is meant for you will come to you. And if you are being authentic to your own energetic expression and you're following your passions and, you have already done the things you need to do, planted the seeds you needed to plant, done the healing you needed to do, accumulated the skills, accumulated, the progress, then there's nothing else that you have to do, pile two. You just sort of have to let it go and let it flow. That's the phrase I'm getting for you guys. Let it go and let it flow. But you know what? We can't control every single element. We create our reality by attracting what is authentic to our energetic expression and by planting the seeds. But we can't sit there and hover over the seeds once they've been planted, freaking out, wringing our hands, pacing back and forth. We have to remember to enjoy the journey, okay? So here we have this person kind of sitting back, surrounded. What I'm getting is for most of you, this is like you surrounded by all these what if thoughts of what could happen. And it's keeping you stuck in the background and in the dark. So it's not just you're blocking yourself with your fear and with your wanting to control the elements you can't control, but you're also creating these thought forms of failure based on your fear of the future. And they're just sort of swarming around, creating these blockages in your life. Some of you might have even thought that somebody hexed you or cursed you or crossed you or jinxed you, or like you're a major victim of the evil eye. This is you, pile 2, doing this to yourself. Nobody's doing it to you. And all you have to do is simply let go. You put in the work already. You got the foundation down. But look, I love this depiction because he won't let go of this. He's holding on to this one wand right here. Okay? And to me, that shows like he's not letting go to be able to move on to the next level, to be able to expand out his structure. He's just holding on to that wand. So in order for you guys to expand out, it requires you letting go, pile 2, not planning more, not researching more, not stressing out over the process and second guessing yourself and thinking, okay, I need a plan B, C, and D. No, you don't. You just need to be patient. You need to learn how to, plant the seeds, put in the work, and then step back and let the universe attract to you what is yours. You did the follow through, but you're wondering why things haven't happened yet. Well, because you need to let go. You need to let go of your fear of the future. You need to learn how to enjoy the journey and live in the moment, as you're missing out, pile 2. And this is what is interfering with your expansion. So that's the message I have for you, pile 2. I hope it resonated. Take what resonates, leave the rest, as this is a general reading. My recommendation to you is if other piles resonate, check them out as well and sort of look at it as an accumulation of messages for you. And if nothing resonated in this pile and in this reading, that's okay. This reading may not be for you at this time, and there will be more readings to come. If you would like to book a private one-on-one session with me, you can do so by clicking on the Facebook business page link that I have in the drop-down section below. It is facebook.com, the with a capital T, Tantric with a capital T, Dragoness with a capital D. Okay? Thank you, pile 2. I'm now going to move on to pile 3. Hi, those of you who picked pile 3 or the Tiger's Eye Dragon Head. Let's get into your reading. Hi, pile 3. So I'm getting 2 different types of messages coming through here for this pile, which is rare, okay? So if you picked this pile and part of this reading doesn't resonate with you, hang 10, because I feel like there are literally 2 different messages that are going to come through in this pile. So if one doesn't resonate, the other one probably will. So the first card here, we have Calling the Storm in reverse. And then we have this sort of angry looking, like demonic soldier, right? Or at least that's what that's what I'm getting for the message here. And then we have the 6 of Swords as the advice, okay? I'm going to be honest here. I feel that for probably about half of you, you have been wanting revenge for some sort of wrong or hurt that was done to you, big or small. And if it wasn't done to you directly, it was done to somebody very close to you. And you want vengeance. You see this here? Calling in the storm is like wanting to tune into those maelstrom elements and, wanting to unleash them. on your target, on the one who hurt you. Right here, you want to go to battle. You want to go to battle against, the person or people or event that you consider, responsible for this pain. Or you want to go march for a cause because of this pain, because of this trauma that occurred. But the truth is, I feel like for those of you that are in this half of the reading, you aren't doing anything about it. You're just kind of sitting there in that anger and you're holding on to it and you're letting it fester. And you're sort of just carrying this pain around with you, which is what the image I'm getting right here. Okay. So I feel like for you guys, it's kind of like you need to decide whether or not you need justice or you need peace more. In fact, I want to say that message is kind of the message for both of the different groups of people that are coming through this pile. But for the first group especially, okay, what is more important to you, justice or peace? Because you guys either feel like you can't get justice and you're just fantasizing about it, or you feel like you can't enact it yourself. So you're just sort of carrying this around. And I feel like for those of you that fit into this category, you've become really bitter and jaded and kind of negative as a result as of late, if not your entire incarnation. And I don't mean to offend anyone or be rough, but that's kind of what I'm getting. Now, for the other half of you that chose this pile, I feel that you need to actually enact justice. So one half of you, I feel like you're supposed to let go. And the other half of you, I feel like you are actually supposed to step into your power, so to speak, and you need to do something about this. Okay? So what's more important, justice or peace, is the theme of this pile for both groups of people. So both of you have to decide. It's kind of a shit or get off the pot situation here, pile 3. So you have to decide if you're either going to make peace with what happened and let it go, because you can't carry it around. All right. You see here how he's on a boat. He's on a journey here, but he's carrying this pain, this injury with him. So you've got to dump this, okay? Or you've got to pull the swords out and throw them at whoever did it. It's one or the other. Now, if you are going to take the route of justice, I recommend trying to do it, the safest, most beneficial way for yourself and anyone involved. And, so you could try, the justice system, or you could try to talk to whoever is responsible, or try to maybe talk in a group with whoever's responsible with the support system, depending on what this, injury or trauma was and how it was created. So it could be about exposing what was done. That could be the justice, talking about it, instead of carrying it around. You may feel like you need to do some sort of a spell, a working, or a root. Hey, if the person has it coming and that's what you got to do to get over it, then do it. You know what I'm saying? But don't carry this around. It's poisoning you. And I feel like if you guys don't take care of this, you're going to lose control. Or you're going to have some serious mental, emotional, physical health problems. So you guys got to do this. This is important. So again, the general message is, what's more important, peace or justice? And I'm not saying one is the right way and one is the other. I'm saying for some of you, you're going to only get peace through justice. And for others of you, you're going to only get peace when you choose peace over justice and you let it go. So that's my advice to you, pile 3. I know it's a little bit of a heavy message, but that's what's coming through. So take what resonates and leave the rest. If you felt drawn to one of the other piles, definitely check them out. You may find there's sort of an accumulative message between the two, okay? If you feel that this message did not resonate and the other piles did not resonate, that's okay too. It just means that you don't need to hear any of these messages at this time. If you would like to book a private reading with me, you can do so by clicking on the facebook.com business link below, or by putting in facebook.com/the with a capital T, Tantric with a capital T, Dragoness with a capital D. So thank you for joining me, Pile 3. Take care and shalom.